Hey, what's up? I'm in the Sonoran Desert, as you can tell, obviously. Theodore really wants to run around and play, but there's an endless supply of these little spiky, dangerous little things everywhere, and he would get hurt. Tomorrow, I'm going to Quartzsite for the first time, and I'm excited to check out the place, see what it's all about. I got some business to take care of there and some people to meet. I'm not going to spend like all winter hanging out there, but I'm going to go check it out for the first time, and I'll show it to you and give you my perspective on Quartzsite, Arizona, and what I think of it. Alright, so I'm here in Quartzsite. My first stop was the Chevron on Main because I saw a Google review that said it had free water. Turns out that's just water for your radiator. I was going to fill up my drinking water, so I'll worry about that later. Then I went to the DG Market. There's like $4 stores here in town. I got toothpaste because I've been out of that for a couple days, and butt wipes and cat food. So my next stop is I'm heading to Moon Mountain Mail, and I'm going to set up a mailbox for myself because I have some business I need to take care of. And then I'm going to the laundromat on Main to do a load of laundry and maybe take a shower. All the Google reviews for that laundromat said that the showers are very clean there. So I'm gonna just take care of all of my business here in Quartzsite today, just chores and stuff. And then I'll kind of drive through the town with the GoPro and see what it's like, and then go find somewhere to camp tonight. So Okay, Moon Mountain Mail is closed until Monday. Today's Friday. So I'm gonna go to the laundromat then. Yeah, for $11.50 you get your own personal little shower. It's not gross, not too bad. Alright, I got 30 minutes on my dryer, and the grocery store is right across the street. So I'm heading over there, see what they got. Alright, I went to Roadrunner. I got 2 bags of groceries. It was like 34 bucks. The prices and selection really weren't that bad. There's YouTubers that complain about the grocery stores here, but I've seen a lot worse in small towns, so that wasn't too bad. The patrons there were really grumpy old people, and then these 2 juggalos who were super stoked about the Christmas music playing. And now they're taking shooters together in the parking lot, but... Alright, after just about an hour here in Quartzsite, I got my laundry done, I took a shower, I went grocery shopping, I ate some fried chicken. I feel great. I just need somewhere to dump my trash. That's all that's really left on the agenda, since I can't get a mailbox until Monday. So I'm just gonna drive around town now. I left my GoPro in the windshield this whole time, so it's pretty hot, but... Okay, so this is High Jolly's tomb. His name is Haji Ali, but they called him High Jolly because, you know, Americans. But there's the storyboard. And here is the thing. And he was a camel driver. And apparently the U.S. Army had a camel corps out here in the desert. So that's neat. Yeah, I think that's kind of the heritage of Quartzsite, essentially, other than mining. Lots of that. But a little cemetery here. Some more modern looking ones too. It's not too bad here for weather too, right now it's like 60. So the reason that I'm here in Quartzsite is on Wednesday next week I have an interview with Cheap RV Living, either with Bob or the other guy, Brian, I think. So I'm gonna give them a van tour, and I'm also gonna go to the RTR. something that I've wanted to do for a while. I think it's a neat thing. I do support Homes on Wheels Alliance. I donate to them every month. I'm a member of their nonprofit, so. And you know, I really like what they're doing. I feel strongly about just supporting people who live in their vehicles. Gonna meet with Cheap RV Living, give them an interview, and then I'm going to the RTR. And I'm getting a mailbox here because I have some business I need to take care of. My DC to DC charger crapped out on me. I've done everything to diagnose it. I've taken it apart. I've checked all the fuses and connections and all that. So I've been contacting, I've been talking to Lead Time, and they are gonna send me a replacement for free, and I have to mail the old one back. Also, my license plates expire in January here, so I'm going to get my plates renewed. I need to buy some stuff on Amazon. You know, things you need a mailbox for. I might go to the big tent thing and the rock mineral show and all that. I don't really necessarily want to be in a crowded, busy anything. You know, unless I'm going to a metal concert, I really have no interest in crowds and public gatherings. But RTR should be pretty good. It's just a laid-back deal. There's also several YouTubers that I'm looking forward to meeting here in Quartzsite, channels that I've been watching for years, and yeah, so. Also in January, this part of the country, unless you're in Florida, this is like where it's at as far as the weather. So basically from like San Diego over to Yuma and then up to Vegas is the best weather in the country, and Florida. So, you know, when Nebraska's like 20 below zero, I'll be here enjoying the nice mild desert weather. So, yep, Quartzsite. So far, I like it. Alright, I found a spot. I am off of Plamosa Road, which is northeast of town. And the way they have this set up, the BLM does, there's a lot of areas that are day use only. So they've kind of like restricted where you can camp to certain areas. And what I did is I basically went as far to the end of the road as I could before it became a day use area. And then I just drove around for a while until I found a spot that's kind of all by myself. But if you come out here, there's pretty much, you're not boondocking. You're always within sight of somebody else. And there ain't a whole lot of vegetation. It's pretty much just rocks. So, you know, that's what you can expect if you come out here, is you're always going to be within view of someone else. And I totally expect someone to kind of come up in this area before the end of the day. So, I mean, this is quite a big spot that I found all to myself here. So, but I am going to stay here through the weekend and then head into town on Monday and try to get that mailbox set up. But yeah, it's my first time at Quartzsite, camping around Quartzsite. I drove to that High Jolly 14-day area and it looked super packed, so I kept going north till I got to this area. But yeah, even though the day use only areas look exactly like these areas, like it's all the same desert, they've sort of kind of put some restriction on it. So I don't know. I did drive by a big pile of trash, so there are some assholes out here ruining it for everyone else. But even though it's a bluebird sunny day, I am running my generator because my DC to DC charger is broken. I do have a generator now. One of you guys emailed me a few months ago and you offered me your generator, and that is so generous of you. I was definitely going to take you up on that offer, and I looked and could not find your email. I don't know what happened there, but thank you if you're watching this. I really appreciate the offer. That was very generous of you to offer me that. I would have at least tried to give you some money and would have been very grateful. But I did end up buying a generator. It rained for like 8 days back when I was around Flagstaff, and also the only way I can really take a hot shower in my van is if I'm on shore power, because the water heater it takes so much power. It works great, it's a great solution, but now that I have a generator, I can charge my batteries no matter what the weather is doing. It takes no time at all. I only have to run it for a couple hours and then I'm topped up. And once my batteries are fully charged, then I can kick on the water heater. This is a 2500 watt, but it's 2000 continuous. My water heater is 1700 watts. And my battery charger, it's a 45 amp 12 volt DC battery charger. But on the AC side, I don't know exactly what it draws, but I believe it's probably around 7 amps at least AC. So if the battery charger's going full blast and then I have the water heater on, it's a little bit much for that generator to handle. But once the batteries are full, the BMS tells the inverter, hey, I'm good now, and then it kind of just goes into float charging, trickle charge mode, which takes no power at all. So I've got all my power problems worked out, and then my DC to DC died. So, but hopefully I'll be able to ship that back to lead time next week and get a replacement. So. There's a handful of people who choose to ignore the rules. I rode my bicycle about 6 miles up the road to the Fisherman Intaglio. It's a large geoglyph, and it's pretty cool, very impressive. There's a few of these in the area. Unfortunately, somebody carved a giant dong in the ground right next to it, but I erased that with my feet, so that's my good deed for the day. Oh, it's Monday morning. I'm at the transfer station. This is where you dump your trash in Quartzsite. They got big dumpsters. You just drive up, throw your crap in there, and you can recycle if you want. They even got a dumpster for tires. Next stop, I'm going to fill my water tank. There's 2 places. There's RV Relief and RV Pit Stop. Now I'm at RV Relief. It's $1.50 to fill your water, and they have a big filter over there on the thing, so it's filtered water. I'm filtering it again. They also have a dump station and propane, which I think the sign said $2.99 for the propane, like, you know, per gallon. So yeah, this is right down the street from the transfer station. It's all right off 95 in the middle of town. I'm gonna get my mailbox today, and then I'm heading up to Parker. I'm gonna go up there because there's a Walmart and a Safeway and a car wash and stuff. So that's kind of the plan. I'll probably camp up by Parker, actually. There's BLM up there. I spent 3 days on Plamosa Road, and it was all right. I think I made the right choice, especially since I've never been here before. That's the only one that's not like right off of I-10, so it's probably the quietest of the designated BLM areas in Quartzsite. Well, now I'm out back of Solar Bills here, and this is the little jail thingy. It's like the oldest building in Quartzsite, I think. Doggy. Morning. Pretty neat. There's some history about this. Let's see if we can read the thing here. Wyatt Earp chained him to a tree. These statues are neat. So I'm just waiting for the mail place to open up, so figured I'd go like 3 blocks down the street and look at this. Pretty cool. There's also a museum up the street, the Historical Society. Okay, so the mailbox place was extremely busy. The girl just gave me the form and said come back later because they were closed all weekend. It was a mess there. So I gotta kill a couple hours. I don't want to go to Parker and then drive all the way back here. I'm gonna go up there and then just camp up there. There's lots of BLM in California just across the river. So here is the Quartzsite Park. They got all kinds of stuff here actually. There is like a splash park, jungle gym. There's like a stage, baseball diamond. There is a basketball court. Over here we've got like horseshoes and stuff. It's a pretty impressive town park. There's the death go round. Yeah, this is pretty good. Sand volleyball. And then down here I'm heading towards these there's a couple like fighter planes. Old, like, I don't know my planes. Check this out. We got a skate park. I have never been a good skater. Never had the balance for it. My little brother was pretty damn good at it, but I'm old now, so if I even attempted this, I would be in the hospital. But that's cool to see a town with a skate park. It's not a super common deal. Yeah, here we go. Got these big old fighter planes. Not sure what they are, but they're pretty cool. It's a cool little display. Got the sprinklers going. I'm sure it's quite a task to keep grass alive in this part of the desert. Pretty cool. There's a shadow right here over the sign, but it says it's an F4 Phantom. They went 1,400 miles an hour. Mach 2. Excess of Mach 2. Alright, now I'm at the other grocery store because rumor has it they have the best meats in town. This one's called Coyote. So you got Roadrunner and Coyote. Well, I'm not going to declare that one grocery store in town is better than the other, but Coyote is my choice. Either way, you're dealing with small town, selection and prices, but Coyote definitely had some pretty fresh, good-looking stuff. So. Seems the busiest places in town on a Monday are Moon Mountain Mail and Main Street Laundry. Just drove by the laundromat. The parking lot's completely full. Yeah, everybody's just doing their chores today. This weather is just incredible. This is that Tyson Wells. All the vendors, big tent thing. A lot going on down here. Also not my scene, you know. But if you like to buy stuff and whatever, it's like a big flea market. Alright, I got my mailbox. I'm gonna head to Terrible's, which is a gas station. But after driving around, I realized that they have the best price. It's like $2.98 for regular, and the other place was $3.10. So I'm gonna get gas and then I'm out of here. I'm heading to Parker. I gotta get, I need a Walmart and a Safeway and a car wash. So that'll do it for my Quartzsite video. You know, I felt obligated, you know, every YouTuber makes a Quartzsite video, so I'm like, you know what, it's my first time here, might as well talk about it. But you know what, I like Quartzsite. It's all right. You know, it's a tiny little town in the desert, and it's like a zillion degrees in the summer, and only like 3,000 people live here year round. But in January, like 500,000 people come here and just kind of rain down on this little town. And you'll see all kinds of videos about Quartzsite, and a lot of them say negative things about it, but you know what? Again, it's a tiny little town in the desert, and when so many people just flood this town every winter, I mean, what can you expect? You're going to be waiting in line, you're going to be dealing with inconveniences, and if you're the type of person who, you know, travels and then you just complain about everything and crap all over the locals, then, you know, that's your problem. But you know what? This is the first time in my entire life that I have not had to deal with winter weather. It is single digits in Nebraska right now, and it's snowing. So, and it's like 65 here, and it's sunny and beautiful. So, this is where it's at for me, anyway. Your other options in the wintertime are like Florida and like just the West Coast, like basically the Pacific Coast from like Northern California and down. But I like the vibe around here. It's all right, you know. And after exploring the town a little bit, I like it because it's just big enough to, you know, it's cool. Quartzsite's cool. I'll probably be back next winter. I do miss southern Utah. That's definitely more my vibe, personally. Southern Utah, it's epic and amazing. The only problem with southern Utah is there's no, like, services anywhere. You have St. George and you have Grand Junction, Colorado. And then you have Salt Lake area. But everything in between, it's desolate, remote, epic wilderness. So that's cool if you stock up, but you know, Quartzsite, Arizona, definitely a cool little place to hang out. So I will wrap up this video here, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Take care.